Archaeology brings to mind intrepid explorers hacking through jungles and trekking miles across deserts. But not all archaeologists work in exotic locations or extract their findings from the ground with picks and shovels. A team of researchers in Michigan have discovered a site older than the pyramids, but it's not buried beneath the earth. It's submerged in 100 feet of water.
At the University of Michigan, in the bottom of a repurposed horse trough, lies the key to the technology of an ancient culture. The artifact's discoverers are Dr. John O'Shea and his student, Ashley Limke. Both are pioneers in the emerging field of underwater archaeology.
Underwater archaeology really began in the 1970s, really when scuba diving became a bigger thing and archaeologists immediately started scuba diving. And it's been primarily shipwreck work and this more historic kind of archaeology until really the last 10 or 15 years or so.
O'Shea and Limke aren't looking for a lost civilization in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. They're looking for something in their own backyard. Today, Lake Huron looks like this. 9,000 years ago, it was very different. The water level was lower, and parts of the lake that are now submerged were dry land. The stretch of land bridging Michigan and Canada is known as the Alpena-Amberley Ridge, and at the end of the Ice Age, it was inhabited by the earliest Native Americans, called Paleo-Indians. O'Shea and his team are looking for artifacts from this ancient culture.
During this time period, most of the sites that were created by early hunters, early occupants of Michigan, are underwater, basically. The Alpena-Amberley Ridge provides a unique opportunity then to discover sites that basically don't exist on land or that have been disturbed on land.
O'Shea and Limke started by surveying the bottom of Lake Huron with sonar. This search turned up curious sets of straight lines of stones with what appeared to be larger rocks scattered among them. The stones on the lake floor might look like natural piles of rock, but to the trained observer, they tell an incredible story.
We knew this would have been this kind of dry land corridor at the very end of the Ice Age, and we speculated that if there were caribou migrating across this, humans would have used the same kind of hunting techniques that modern humans do to corral them, to kind of channel them into kill sites. Our expectation was that these hunting structures would be constructed of stone, since that's what's out there. And then if we found them, we could then put divers on them and actually investigate them as archaeological sites.
Caribou are wired to follow linear features in the landscape, like lines of trees or the tracks of another caribou in the snow. Ancient hunters knew this, and by piling up stones in straight lines, they were able to create drive lanes to steer caribou to larger stones used as hunting blinds. Diving in the deep, cold water of Lake Huron is difficult and dangerous, so O'Shea and Limke had to recruit a new member to the team. Meet Jake, the remote-operated vehicle, or ROV. With motors for legs and cameras for eyes, Jake can swim where divers cannot and stay submerged longer without running out of air or getting too cold.